Well, hello guys, welcome to episode 40 of this Gottne Till I Die series, where we're taking the small club of Gottne IF from the 4th tier of Swedish football all the way to the top. So we're currently in our 3rd season as a top division Swedish club, which is pretty good, just starting out in the 3rd season. So today I want to go through some transfers. We've got a special episode today. We're coming back because we actually qualified for the Swedish Cup group stages, and what a draw we've had. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll have seen this, but I'll just highlight what the draw we've had is. So we have drawn this group here, which is a fairly straightforward group in terms of the teams in here, but we've drawn Orebro. First game out will be away, a bit at home against Orebro. Obviously, my other save, that's the team I'm managing in my Journeyman currently. Should be still, it will be by the time you come out. That may change, so we may be moving on in that series. I haven't done that yet, but that's the plan. So it'll be interesting to see how we do there. As you can see, they've fallen all the way to the Division 1 East. Division 1 East, is that a thing? Elite. Ah, right. I was going to say. Yeah. So okay. So that's just the league below, and then the North Division 1 North and South. That's right. That makes sense. And we've got Karlskrona, who've done very well. I think we've played all of these teams in the past with Gottne. So let's have a little look at the transfers. There has been several ins. Been a fair few outs, released players. Right, so few sort of players who were important to us in the past. Hagman, Jarrett, Badkey, and Sjöberg, all of whom quality players that no longer at the club. And it's a bit sad that we've had to let these guys go, but we are moving past these players who got us into this position. We need to strengthen, and that is exactly what we've done. I think it's been a really positive transfer window. And let's have a look. Apologies if I'm a bit croaky and stuff, and sort of sniffly. I have a little bit of hay fever, a little bit, not terrible, but it just gets me now and again. You also see Uchanen has left on loan, and these are the players we've bought in. I spent more money last season, but decent amount of money spent, and we've done well from this. I think a lot of Swedes in here, a couple of non-Swedes, but I think it's a good crop of players that we bought in. No one from Africa, can you believe it? So we'll go top to bottom. So from Halmstad, we bought in this lad, Zacharias Nielsen, who is a goalkeeper to battle with SodaStream in goal. I think they are both very, very similar in terms of ability. We'll just have a look at Mr. SodaStream. You can see they both have things that they're a little bit better at. SodaStream isn't as good in the air, but he's better at shot stopping. So it'll be an interesting sort of balance who kind of wins out. They'll both be getting a chance. Certainly during these cup games, they'll both be getting a chance. We bought him for £54,000. I don't think that's a bad. For a goalkeeper, maybe you could argue you could probably get a decent Swedish backup and not have to pay any money at all. But I think it's good to have the competition. I can see that as being a positive. So then we bought in this lad Svenstrud, who I think that was from HJK, which is a Finnish club. This was the most amount of money we spent. So yeah, this guy will provide us some backup on the right side, but he's also a decent solid striker as well. You look at his stats, he's not the best at finishing, which is always a problem, and not the greatest concentrations, but he can dribble. He's fairly fast, which is always good. At least he's got decent acceleration. His pace isn't outstanding, but it's not bad, and he can pass the ball as well. So I think he can do a job, a decent job for us. in various positions and provide some decent backup, which is kind of what we need. And that's one of the reasons Ojanen went, because he can provide backup on that right side. Then Al Sanati, this guy looks really good. Cover all the way across the pitch, he can play anywhere, it seems. He, again, not the best at finishing. We've bought a lot of people who can't finish, which is great. But I think across the board, statistically, he looks pretty good. He's tiny, absolutely tiny, and he weighs nothing. So he's going to be pushed off the ball like anything, but he is good on the ball. He's sort of technically sound. So I think he'll provide us with a decent option. Certainly he'll be playing. He'll be our first choice on that right side. But obviously we've got other options there as well. So then we bought in Camp from Malmo, who can play on the left side. So he's getting some decent backup on this left side for Bernardsson. He's better than Bernardsson, to be fair. Crossing, first touch, a lot of good stats in there. Concentration, decision making, composure could be improved, and as a lot of the mental stats could. But physically, he is very, very good, and he's got a lot of the technicals that we'd want in that position. Doesn't have much else technically, but he has the ones that you'd really want them to have. So good signing, I think. £70,000 from Malmo. And then finally we bought in another centre back. We have Safstrom has moved into the reserves, and Lovely has moved into the reserves, and this guy has come in. I think he looks pretty good. He's not super fast, but he's fast enough not to be an issue. I think he's not slow, he's not fast, he's average. But yeah, mentally he's got some fabulous attributes, mentally, and technically, again, he's got them where you want them to have, but also decent first touch, which is never a bad thing for a defender, because often, certainly at the lower levels, they get the ball and then the ball just kind of like bounces off them. So hopefully that won't happen with an 11 first touch. So I'm really pleased with this signing. He's actually valued at £425,000, which is probably the most expensive player in the whole team. So today we're going to play against Orebro, but then I'm going to play forward and I will come back to tell you how we've done in the group. We are the best team in this group, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. The Orebro are the hardest team we will play. Let's see how we get on. So this is the team that we are going to be throwing out first up. We've got Svensrud up top with Paul. Al Snati on the right, so a lot of the new guys coming in. Camp on the left. Samare just ahead of Tinaham, who I forgot to say, we've extended his loan for another season. I think that's important. And then we've got Kraj. Did I introduce this lad? For some reason, I don't think I did. He didn't seem to be there. He's our new left back. I didn't say anything about him. I must have missed him on the list. New left back. That was clearly a place we needed to improve, and as you can see, he's fast. This is a bit of a problem. He's more of a fullback than a wing back, but we'll try and work on. Well, no, we won't. But he'll do a job there. He'll do a job. We might have to play him a little bit more defensively, but we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does in that position. But I'm pretty. Yeah, should we put him as a fullback on support? I don't suppose we don't really need that. Fullback on attack. Yeah, a little bit more defensive, isn't it? We'll do that. Right, okay, guys. Let's do this thing. Let's play Orebro. Auto number. There we go. Right. It's great to come back against Orebro. It'd be interesting to see how many of their players that we recognise from when we joined up them. We got a bit of snow on the pitch by the look of it, so they're playing a standard 4-4-2. A lot of regens in that side. They do have the Brawson-Anderson partnership, but beyond that I can't see too much that I recognise from even 2 or 3 seasons ago. It looks like they've got a lot of regens in. They've moved a lot of players out. So I don't know what that means for their next season, whether they're a strong team or not. Right, and let's start with a demand more. We're going to go positive, I think, against this side, and we'll try and our very, very best to improve this. I think we've got a decent side here. Off the post or bar. Oh, Tennerholm. He looks a decent player, doesn't he? Well, last year he looked a decent player. Right, and here we go with the blue lines. Alsanati, beautiful ball into Sumare, straight in the back of the net. 1-0. Great stuff. Great stuff. Well, I'm happy with that. What a start we've had there. 3 minutes in and we're 1-0 up. Absolutely brilliant. All right, ball up the pitch. It looks like Orebro are going to get their first chance. Hagstrom, lovely ball out wide to Strom. But we've managed to get the ball off them, and it's Samare who is, he's got a decent pass on him. We know that. Kralj. I'm struggling with that name already. Kralj. Samare, beautiful ball. Not quite, but Kemp gets on it. He's trying to beat his man. Oh, it's a lovely header from Paul. It's in the back of the net. It's 2-0. I mean, Gottne have not, as far as since we've been here, and I would probably be safe to say, in their history, got through to the knockout rounds of this cup, and I think we got a really good chance of doing that. Whether we'll get any further than that, it remains to be seen. But I think it'd be great to actually achieve that, and obviously we will try and, if we manage to do that, we will certainly be playing the next knockout game in on the camera. That is awful, SodaStream. Remember, you've got a decent player who is just kind of a decent backup who's just kind of waiting for his opportunity, and mistakes like that are not going to help your chances. Get creative. That's pressured them. So we look pretty good up top, but that looked a little bit dodgy at the back. There's a chance here. Who's taking it? Tennerholm. Was that a save? Hit the bar. Second shot that's hit the bar. Oh, Kemp just... Why do I keep wanting to say Kemp? Camp absolutely blasts it over the top. Kralj. Ball over the top. Svensrund. Nicely done. Tennerholm. Samare hits into the back of the net. Alsanati, and his first for the club. We'll praise him at this point. I think we look really, really good against Orebro. Now, they are the division below us, so yeah, we completely accept that. But you can only play what's in front of you, and it's just one division below, and we know, we've come up from there fairly recently. It's not dead straightforward to beat everyone, but we look solid, really solid. With the exception of a cock up from SodaStream, we look good on the ball, comfortable. Nice ball. Alsanati, he looks a decent player already. Camp. Sure. Kirkby. Oh, it's another one from distance. It's Tennerholm this time. Jesus. 4-1. What's going on? Wow. Again, we want an absolutely full ground here. I mean, obviously I don't want to destroy or improve, because I can't believe that we've kind of swapped positions. Tennerholm, you're not going to shoot from there, mate. No, he didn't. Oh, Again, off the bar. I think it was just off the top of the bar there. Really, really strong play here from the boys in green. Knudsen, Kirkby, Tamare. He's going to play a decent ball. He doesn't go for it this time. Al-Sanati. Does he have a shot? Another one off the post. Jesus, we've got our shooting boots on today. Well, Camp is got a bit of an injury. What is that? Yeah, we will take no risks with that. There's no need to. We've got Bernardson on. We haven't even got Simpson on the pitch. I mean, that's saying something. I mean, have we moved past, Simpson, who was just everything happened through him? Have we moved past that? It looks like we have. It looks like we did last season, at the end of last season, when we bought Samarian, and he finally got to grips with the team. Right, and we will bring on Sigurd Palsson, and we'll bring on Safstrom. Great, two stalwarts of the team. I can't believe, when Sigurd Palsson, we're really struggling to keep him at the club. He couldn't afford him. He was just absolutely way beyond anything that we had. Now he's kind of one of the poorest players in the side. Tinnerholm, that's a poor ball. He doesn't play many of those. Kirkby, that's a very nice ball. Safstrom completely gets that wrong. But he's running back. He's doing his best there to make sure he doesn't go wrong, and he's got the ball back. Safstrom into SodaStream, who just clumps it up the pitch. Morgan, Oldmark, and it's a decent save from SodaStream. So I think probably we will put the other goalkeeper in for the next match and see how he does. We've cleared it. Jakob, who might well have been there. I don't really remember him though. I can't believe they've still got Brawson and Anderson. Brawson must be about 4,000 years old now. No, he's 28. Okay. I thought he was older than that. Yeah, we can't make any more subs, so I'm not going to try. Well, what a game of football that was. Absolutely demolished them. Absolutely demolished them. So I will come back when we've played the next two games, and I'll give you a recap of what went on. Well, hello guys. So yeah, I'm back, and it went really, really well. Well, not particularly, not really, really well. We got a 1-1 draw against Acropolis, which was a bit disappointing. I thought we should have won that game. But actually, we had a lot more shots than they did, and it was a lovely goal from Kirkby that put us in the lead. But actually, they looked fairly good, Acropolis. Orebro won their game against Karlskrona, and then we got a really good win over Karlskrona, 3-0. Degerland, Svenstrud and Camp with the goals. They almost scored one late on. Orebro got a win against Acropolis in the end, and the interesting thing is that we go through. So let's have a look at the sides who've gone through. That's a surprise already. I don't even know who they are. Gefler, I don't think we've ever played those before, so we'll take them for the first draw. Elfsborg also going through. Hammarby being knocked out there, little surprise. Ostersund's going through. BK Hacken knocked out there. That's another surprise. Dyrgårdens, that's a tough old group. Göteborg, the team with the long name, and Helsingborg. I wouldn't want to have been in there. Then it's us. Malmo going through. Okay. Norrköping knocking out AIK. That's a tough group. And Sirius going through. So today we're going to have a look at the draw. And this is the draw. I was hoping to do it live, but I pressed the wrong button. We're going to be playing Gefle. That gives us a real chance to get through to the semi-finals. That's going to be next up in a couple of days. I hope you'll come around for that. If you enjoyed that, our little win in Group 5, then please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.